So, Dre, things seem to be going very well, up by 16, 2 minutes into the third quarter. What happened from that point?
We couldn't get a stop. And as often happens in those situations, I thought our offense also got a little stagnant, like the ball stopped moving. And so it became a bit of a perpetuating cycle, and it was certainly a game of runs, wasn't it? Throughout momentum swings. And at the end of the day, we got to find a way to, not give up two 30-point quarters and 26-point quarter. And they shot the three at 57% on us. Melbourne shot at 43% on us last week. That's going to make it tough to win basketball games if teams shoot 57% from the three-point line. Again, we'll go through it, and some of them they made some shots, good on them, and some of them we had some breakdowns defensively. So stuff that we can clean up. I think the other one that hurt us tonight was offensive rebounds. They had 13 offensive rebounds on 30 misses, which is 40-something%, I'd imagine, which is far too many. I think Dane have 7. That's what he does. He does a nice job for that group, just doing little things, and 7 offensive rebounds in 15 minutes. So there's some things that we can obviously fix and improve and do better. Good stuff for us is 21 assists. We only had 9 turnovers, forced them into 16. So that's interesting when you say that our defense was a problem. We were able to be disruptive at times. I think it's the consistency and effort of that, or application of that over the course of the 40 minutes, and then letting the ball continue to move. And
so Crook this week, is that why he didn't start?
Yeah, so he had a stomach bug, and he missed all week, except he was back into practice yesterday.
And Miko hurt, or what's?
No, we're still just finding our rhythm and our way with that. Is what's our best 4-man rotation, and we decided tonight, obviously EJ starting, decided to go with Rubes. Spoke about putting Mika in, and then Mika himself actually said, look, keep rolling with Rubes, he's doing well. So he sacrificed for the good of the group.
That's what it was like out there with that at the start of that third quarter, that things were rolling nicely, and then it seemed you guys stopped and they got all the momentum. It seemed similar-ish to what happened in the Sydney game here.
Exactly what you said is how it felt. Come out, we actually got off to a good start, which I think's sometimes been our problem in third quarters, and then they call a timeout. Back of that, we go stagnant. They start to feel good, and they're such a group when they shoot the ball so well that when they start to feel good, it just feels like you're so spread out defensively, and we just put so much pressure on our defense when we get stagnant and we take shots so we don't know where they're coming from. And yeah, we just started treading water really there for a little bit, and it just got too hard for us. We just couldn't make leaps and bounds and really get back on top of them after that.
How do you fix that, Dre? How do you address that slide, given that, it's a tough league and you can't afford to be giving up 16-point leads, especially at home, can you? So how do you turn that around and fix that ahead of next week?
Yeah, well, like you always do, you just address it, talk about it at practice, put in some stuff that helps in those situations in terms of perhaps some go-to plays and stuff that gets the ball moving. Just got to keep working, mate.
Just Mitch Creek, I know he's a man you know a lot about, right? You must have been happy to keep him pretty down in the first half, and then he probably hurt you late in the game down the stretch.
He's a good player. He's going to come in and he affects the game in different ways, and it's difficult to keep Creaky quiet with the way that he affects the game. He's aggressive at the rim, he gets offensive rebounds, he gets to the right place at the right time. So I think a part of it was EJ's foul trouble. I think EJ does a lot of things for us that sort of just make things happen that you perhaps don't notice. Defensive end, certainly the scrapping and doing a job on someone like Creaky. Offensively, moving and getting to the right spots. And when you talk about the ball sticking a little bit, I think EJ's ability to slash and read and be painful to guard, I think that makes a difference for sure. You got that 4th foul early on in the third quarter, and I think that may have coincided with them starting to get back in the game as well. So, Cricket made some plays at the end, but I think it's more like that Adnam came in and gave him a good little cameo there at the start when he first subbed in, kept them sort of hanging around. Obviously, Pinot with his 7 rebounds. I thought we did a decent job on Roberson for parts of the game, and then other parts of the game he sort of got going. But Magin tonight, he hasn't been shooting at that as well as he did tonight from the 3-point line for sure. So far in the season, I think he was coming in at 28%. So it's those sorts of things I think we just need to continue to be smart on. Our scouts and what we're allowing and what we're making them shoot.
I know this has been a big couple of weeks for you personally. Feel like a weight's off the shoulders now?
It is, not a weight off the shoulders. It's, again, I've been involved in that for a little bit. The weight came off the shoulders, I guess, once I'd actually made that decision and then went through the process with Basketball Australia. But what I would like to do tonight is to thank everybody for, it's been kind of overwhelming, to be honest, in terms of the number of messages I've had from people throughout the basketball community, players, coaches, administrators, some journalists, and then some just some fans of the game who've found a way to reach out to the Bullets and get some emails to me, and it's again overwhelming and humbling, the positive support that I've received, and I guess in some small way brings me a satisfaction that under my tenure and the coaching group's tenure over this last, whatever it is, 6-year period, that people were proud of the Boomers, and that's a pretty cool feeling. But again, I'd just like to thank everybody for taking the time to reach out.
Jason, just give us a bit of an insight of how much the group's got around Dre this week, I'm assuming.
Yeah, 100%. There's people think the reason we came here was to try and make the Australian team. The reason we came here, a lot of us, is because we loved playing for Dre in the Australian team. That's how it started. I know for me, every experience I've had with Dre felt since the start of it, the World Junior Games 6 years ago. One, we did well at a lot of the tournaments, but I just really enjoyed going away and playing under his system, and then found a lot of us enjoyed that thing, and we tried to say, well, how can we do it together with him? And so that was how a lot of us led to come here, just because we wanted to play for him, not because we wanted to be part of the Australian team. So I think it's a credit to what he's done with that group over the last few years. Asia Cup medal, Commonwealth Games, 2 4th places. It was a great group to be a part of under him, and I know that whoever takes over after that has big shoes to fill, I guess, but just the culture of the group was so much fun, and that's why a lot of us led to Brisbane today, and it's a credit to him and the coaching staff, Luke and Will and Capes and all that. They're all a part of it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.